My name is Diarmuid. I work for an insurance company in Malaysia. And I got referred to Beyond Insights by a friend who is also a student of Beyond Insights. And I think that my honest conversation with him after cycling, we had coffee and he was telling me a lot about how he's changed a lot of things that he's doing and what type of future changes he's also making, right? And I've seen him have a lot of personal growth in that context, right? So I think the main things that he brought up to me was he told me about the introductory part of this that was happening in January in 2020, and we had this late chat probably late in 2019. And go for the introductory thing. You open up your mind, you'll see things differently and the world of possibilities. But the most important thing you have to understand about finance and control is really psychology. It's really down to you and only you. And if you're not open to the possibility of things or change, then it's not really going to work in favor. Seeing that my friend, who I actually probably trust more in, right, and the progression I've seen in him in change, that obviously gave me a lot of things to think about. That if someone can change and progress to become the better version of yourself, the next better version of yourself, right, then you can do that too. The coaches have been very helpful across every one of them. Everyone has their own strengths, and that what you go through during the trainings into tutorials, the ones who have stronger strengths that will teach you through, and the patience of all them, because there are a lot of repetitive questions, and sometimes you're really being 100% focused, sometimes you're not, and the fact that everyone is very patient to repeat and teach is a very important thing, because I guess as you get a little bit older, you tend to not be there all the time. Maybe it's also because you're thinking about a lot of things at the back, so you're not focused. It doesn't really necessarily mean age, right? But when you're not focused, but everyone has the patience to repeat and make sure they help you understand what is that concept, so you can move on and then understand the rest of it and move on. So I think that's a very important thing that I found very useful. I think in the initial phase, I always thought that investing was I would love to do investing, put money in, leave it, and then come back later. But after going through the understandings of what investing can really do for you, and understanding that it's not every day that you get to invest at a good price, or there is also limitations to investing, I guess then I started to think about it that it boils down to your character. If you're the type of person who needs to practice constantly to stay refined, then investing may not be the best choice for you, but it should be something you can practice. So if you like to keep your hands on stuff, then I guess right now I can say swing and trend are definitely much more appropriate, because as long as you keep dabbling, you constantly learn, and if you have the touch and feel, you make better decisions. That's, I think, what you should do. And I suppose if you love that even more, I would say intra would definitely be the next thing I would definitely be looking at as well. So I guess it's how much hands-on do you want, and that's how you can decide. If you want, like you guys mentioned, also 1 hour a month, 1 hour a week, 1 hour a day, that's a very good principle. So I think people need to think about that really deeply first. And then obviously learning things is obviously fun. Working, you can't work forever. I mean, you could, I guess, but where would you end in the end of the day? And all this talk about currency and inflation and so on, right? It's a hard topic to grasp. So if you keep doing the same thing, will you ever beat it? Will you ever be comfortable? Is always a lingering question, right? So how do you get more control in that situation? Or at least, even if it's not control, you know that you tried your level best, and then the comfort comes with that, right? At least you know you tried. So I guess that was like that turning point. It's like, you have the choice now to enroll to a course that you can make a decision for. Why don't you go and do that? And if it doesn't work out, that's okay, but at least start there.